Vision without action is merely a dream, but when a vision is translated into action, the society changes for the better. Such could be said of the vision of the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, His Excellency, Engineer Abdullahi A. Sule, who has deemed it fit to launch the state to the international level by promoting tourism potentials of the state and his readiness to also collaborate with the federal government and the private sector in developing the Farin-Ruwa Waterfalls to the international standard it deserves. The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, on the invitation of the Nasarawa State Government, undertook an inspection tour of the Farin-Ruwa Waterfalls with media men.
Farin-Ruwa Waterfalls. My principal, motivator, leader, courage, leader, Excellency will speak.
Fred, Fred,
Your Excellency,
Fred,
this is
come here now.
Come on!
One of the keys to open the tourism potential in this country or anywhere in the world is infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. And I think nothing proves this better than what we've all gone through today. I think it's important for us to invest in infrastructure so that these wonders of the world will be made available to everyone. The government can't do it alone. And I want to take the opportunity to also invite the private sector to invest in building infrastructure that will lead to places like this. It might be very heavy infrastructure at the beginning, but at the end of the day, such infrastructure will be worth it. I also want to call on the private sector to please look at how they can make use of the funds they have for corporate social responsibility and invest it on infrastructure such as roads that will lead to this place. This is not just an agricultural state. It's also a state with very heavy potential for mining. And I want to call on all those big businessmen, whether they're in agriculture or they're into mining, that society will be kind to them if they can plow back some of their profits to open up tourist attractions such as the Farin-Ruwa Falls. It won't take too much for them, and they will make back their money, in terms of concessions, in terms of adverts, and they are taking so much from the community. I think it's only fair that they give back something to the community. Without infrastructure, we are going to lose to the world this kind of tourism sites. Like His Excellency said when we were coming, we discussed a lot, and I would let the cat out of the bag. I said, why can't some of our federal legislators from this part of the country, from this state in particular, make the construction of this road a constituency project? It will be worth it. It's something to be remembered for. And I intend to take it upon myself to persuade all the legislators from this Central District, both House of Rep and Senator. They can help the government and improve the infrastructure to lead to this place. On our part, we're also going to explore the possibilities available, if there's any funding available from, say, United Nations World Tourism Organization under the rural tourism. If there's any assistance they can give us, either in the way of consultancy or in the way of funding. But clearly, what we need more than anything is infrastructure, roads that will lead to this place. And I think, once again, private sector must not join the race when we're almost there. This is the time for them to come, because from this location, it will be almost impossible to make a day trip. Which means, if you bring your family here, you likely want to keep the night. So motels and such things, motels, recreation centers will also, be very, very viable. I think we're all glad we've come. We've seen the wonders of the world, and in other parts of the world where there are good roads, power, this will become, it will be 24 hours alive. But from what we can see, I don't think this place is really, often frequented, just because we lack infrastructure. So we'll do all in our powers to work with all the, level of government and international organizations to ensure that we put on the world map the Farin-Ruwa Waterfall. I thank you.
Alhaji Lai Mohammed also used the opportunity of the inspection to visit the Lafia Cargo Airport, Kwandere, under construction. The minister, who was accompanied on the inspection tour by the Deputy Governor of the state, Dr. Emmanuel Akabe, also witnessed the commissioning of a remodeled APC secretariat and presentation of vehicles to the party by the Governor, Engineer Abdullahi Esule.
So we thank you, the party. I want to specifically thank my dear friend and brother, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, for agreeing, because he is not here for this purpose. He's actually here to help us. That's why you see the high number of distinguished members of the media who are here. He came with over 25 media people who are going to help us bring out the goal that we have in Nasarawa State called Farin-Ruwa project. And tomorrow we are driving to Farin-Ruwa along with him in order to continue to promote that. That's the reason why he's here. But he decided out of his kind gesture that since there is an event such as this going on, he will stop by. Even before actually going to where he's supposed to go and have his lunch and then have his break for the day. So he's flying to different events. So we thank you, sir, for what you have done. So with that in mind, I move in to say this model All Progressive Congress APC State Secretariat Lafia was commissioned by His Excellency Engineer Alhaji Lai Mohammed, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the Governor of Nasarawa State, on this special day of 26 March 2021, and may God bless everyone. Amen.
Alhaji Lai Mohammed was a guest of the Emir of Lafia on his second-year coronation anniversary and equally attended the coronation of Senator Umaru Tanko Almakura as Sardauna Gwandara during the Gwandara Development Educational and Cultural Association National Festival for 2021. Also in the entourage of the minister on the inspection tour were Director General Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation NTDC, Mr. Farin-Ruwa Waterfall, Director General, National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism, Nahoto, Malam Nura Kangiwa, Directors of the Ministry and Agencies.